So what is a truck blind spot? A blind spot, it's a location, a space around a truck, say an 18-wheeler, where the truck driver is not able to see what's there. Essentially, there are four blind spots that a truck driver is going to have around an 18-wheeler. The first one is going to be immediately in front of the truck, say the first 10, 20 feet. Because the truck driver is sitting up high, it can't always see precisely down below. It depends on how long the front of the truck is, how long the hood is, how long it extends out. The next blind spot is going to be off to the right-hand side. So if the truck driver is sitting in the driver's seat, over on the passenger side, and that's really the most dangerous blind spot, because the truck driver sitting up high and he can see out his window, and then also he's got a mirror and he can see back a certain distance, but there's going to be a certain space going over one lane, oftentimes two lanes, back at an angle for the truck driver. If all he has are standard mirrors, standard side view mirrors, there's going to be a certain space where he's not going to be able to see the vehicles that are next to him. The third truck blind spot is going to be over on the driver's side of the vehicle. So the truck driver, he can clearly look out his passenger window and check. He can also look at his side view mirror and see what's behind him. But there's going to be a space that is not covered by the mirrors, and that is what is known as a truck blind spot. And that's a space that if a car gets caught in it and the truck driver doesn't see, and the truck, say, attempts to change lanes, that's a classic instance where a truck crash happens. And then the fourth blind spot is going to be, of course, behind the truck. And that'll extend, if it's an 18-wheeler truck, it'll extend maybe 20, 30 feet behind the truck, because the truck has got its side view mirrors, and the side view mirrors are angled backwards. And so there's going to be a point at which the side view mirrors are going to show what's behind the truck. But it's going to go back some distance, maybe 20 feet, 30 feet sometimes behind the truck. But that gap between the back of the trailer and that point where the mirrors, those side view mirrors, can actually show what is behind the truck, that's going to be a blind spot as well. So a couple tips regarding truck blind spots. First of all, is to know where the blind spots are. And then if you've got to be in it for any period of time, make sure you keep that period of time as brief as possible. So one of the truck blind spots is at the back of the truck. The truck driver, if it's an 18-wheeler, it's probably 20 upwards to 30 feet directly behind the trailer where the truck driver can't see. That's a blind spot. So it's best to stay out of that area and stay back at least, say, 30 feet is a good rule of thumb from the rear of a trailer. And by doing that, you make sure that you're out of the truck blind spot. So who's at fault if an accident is caused due to a truck's blind spot? Well, first of all, truck drivers have got training to be a truck driver in the first place in order to get their commercial driver's license. As a part of a truck driver's training, he's taught and he's trained, and it's reinforced that truck driver has got to constantly scan around the vehicle, in front and also to the sides. So the truck driver has an obligation to have awareness of what is around the vehicle, what is coming into a blind spot, so that truck blind spot crashes don't happen. So if you or a loved one were involved in a truck crash that involved a truck blind spot, or you think it may have involved a truck blind spot, contact us at the Callahan Law Firm. You're welcome to call us at 713-224-9000, or go to our website at www.thecallahanlawfirm.com, and we'll do everything we can to answer your questions and talk with you about what happened, figure out why it happened, and work to get the justice that you and your family deserve.